To my left, in corner number 1, ladies and gentlemen. Thrilled that there's cameras in here that he didn't know about.
This was not in the agreement. This 3-camera shoot. Stephen can attest to that.
Dave Navarro is here.
Thank
Good
you.
to see you, my man.
Thank you.
Yes.
And to my right is our good friend that was just on with us from the Rainbow not too long ago, Mr. Stephen Pearcy of Rat.
Hello.
Thank you for coming in relatively early here by LA standards.
No, man.
I'm actually
traffic?
up at like 4 a.m. every day.
Really?
Same here.
Yeah.
But
Same
you've been
here.
spending a lot of time on the East Coast.
Yeah, but I wake up at 4 and I find that to be the most peaceful time. There's no phones. There's nothing going on. I can chill. I can smoke.
Go
I can
outside.
Make some coffee. I can make a painting. Go outside.
Water the lawn.
I can see what it looks like outside before the sun really starts aggressive.
Yeah.
You're up early too,
Oh,
Steven?
yeah.
Really?
Totally. Yeah, we don't sleep.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
You just
I had about 2 hours if lucky last night.
Yeah.
Well, me too, but for reasons unrelated to this. They were doing work around my hotel and outside.
Isn't that amazing?
Oh, my God.
Hey, Steven, how many times have you been in hotels and the fire alarm has gone off?
Oh, many.
And you have to leave, and then finally you just don't leave anymore.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Many.
Many. I mean, after years of touring,
They chase the hotel out.
these things
the street.
happen like consistently to people who stay in different hotels every night. And we have books between us of just only hotel room incidents.
Really?
Oh yeah.
What was the strangest one?
Snots on the
Oh god.
the lamp.
Snot?
Snot on the lampshades, and
Well, the
funky
strangest
stuff
one,
like that.
the strangest one had to be whoever took my room after I left.
Ba-dum-bum.
Well, you guys just played this past weekend in Oklahoma.
Grand Casino.
Yes, and I was there
What?
a week before. I texted you because
yeah.
I was there a week prior because I did something with Deep Purple at a different place there, but in that town. And I'm in my room, and it's a very nice place, so I'm not disparaging the venue or the rooms, but I will say I laid down in the bed, and I'm looking up by the vent, and I see like what I thought was a cloud of maybe dirt or something that had formed on the ceiling, and on closer inspection, it was black mold.
Oh,
And that's not good. You
Yeah,
don't
you-
want to be
black mold's
breathing
not
that
good.
stuff
you
in.
gave me the
No,
you
no,
gave
no.
me the
I gave you
warning.
the heads up. I said,
Yeah.
hey, it's a really nice place, but my room had black mold in it.
But it's slightly metal though, right? Isn't it okay?
Yeah, right.
Black mold.
Could be the name of the band.
That's
Black
what I'm saying.
Mold.
Man.
That's
You
a-
never know.
That's a new band.
Yeah, so I gave you the heads up. I was like, hey, so you don't know what, are bed bugs still a thing, or have they got
they
that
are.
under
Well,
control?
here's the secret: is you get tight with housekeeping, and they know everything.
Yeah, right.
Think about the shit they walk into
Yeah.
every day. Not even from like guys like us. They walk into stuff like bodies, dead people, crime scenes, like complete people shit, and
The
whatever
fun
the
stuff.
fuck else. Yeah, like people doing fetish shit and renting the room out and bouncing. It makes us look like lightweights, and they're like, "Oh, Mr.
Yeah.
Dave, we think you're the greatest." You know what I mean?
Very good customer.
Because I keep my shit tight. You know what I mean? And then because I figure the more organized I am in my room, the less likely I am to leave something in there.
Were you
That's
guys ever back in the good old days? Were you guys ever hotel room destroyers? Did you go through that ritual at some point, Stephen?
No, it just happened.
Yeah.
It just happened.
You mean it happened, but it wasn't premeditated?
No,
Right.
it wasn't premeditated.
You did it though.
Well, I mean, you just get sloppy because you were,
Yeah.
out of control.
I would say that we were hotel destroyers after the fact.
Yeah.
In hindsight, but we weren't like out like, hey, let's be punk rock and destroy a hotel. We just had people over after the show. And it got out of hand, and then the next thing you know, paintings are coming off the walls and lampshades are crooked.
Anybody ever do the TV out the window bit?
Nah.
I have.
You have? You did?
Yeah, that's that. Where is it? Not Brentwood. Where the president stays all the time in L.A. That one hotel, Hilton.
I don't know. I don't know. that.
He hasn't.
The
He hasn't
president-
Century
at a
City.
Hilton?
Century City. No, Century
yeah,
City.
he hasn't invited me.
Me either.
Yes, I don't know which one it is.
I had to do it there.
Why?
And, I don't know. I just had the urge.
Because he was
one time.
resisting the system, man.
And I wasn't on the road. I used to stay at hotels.
Oh, you weren't
though
even
I
on
had-
tour?
No, I had a house.
He lives here.
I had a house. I
He
would just
checked
stay
into
at
a hotel
hotels.
just to destroy it.
I mean, I've thrown televisions out of my own window out of my house.
I was going to say, what's funny about Stevens is he's born and raised Southern California. He
Yeah.
did it at a hotel here. Why were you even in a hotel?
Well, I used to I had a house, but I would just
Always
stay
did
in
that.
hotels.
I do that all the time.
And just destroy them. Close the bar down at 4.
In the
Yeah.
90s, that was the big thing for me. Was like, all right, you guys can reach me. I will answer my cell phone, and you can get a hold of me, but I'm not telling you where I am.
Really?
Oh, yeah, for months at a time.
And because you were getting high or something?
Fuck yes. So, like,
no, you weren't.
Yeah, the deal was, like, to my family and friends, like, here's the deal. I'm okay, and I promise to answer the phone. So you don't have to worry if that's your thing. But if you're going to worry, then I got all, like, Al-Anon on them because I had too much information on me. I go, then you're going to worry. That's on you. You have the choice whether or not you want to choose to put that in your life. And I got all like heady on them. But I'll answer the phone. I'll honor you, and I'll let you know I'm okay. But I ain't telling you where I am. I'd be at the Argyle. I'd be at the at the Hyatt House, whatever. Just chilling.
The Riot House.
The Riot House.
The Riot back in the day.
When it was cool.
Which is now it's called, what, the Andaz or something.
This is probably not interesting for your listeners, but if you want to get into that Iron Maiden thing, just to squash that once in a while.
Well, we did the last top 20 was Iron Maiden.
Yeah.
And you had said what a big Iron Maiden fan you are. You claim to be the 7th member of the band.
I don't claim it. I am.
You are the 7th member of the band.
They don't know it.
They know.
They know.
So what would be, do you have a list, or do you want to give your critique, or what would you like to say?
All I would like to say about the list is I saw your list, and I apologize to you and to the show. I was supposed to submit a list.
Right.
So that was on me.
You have things going on. I get it.
It's okay, but I always have time to write down 20 things, right? Who doesn't have time for that? So I apologize. So I get Eddie's master compiled list.
My personal list.
With the graphics and...
I didn't do that. My producer did.
This is what Eddie thinks. This is how it should be. And I'm looking. I'm like, where's the fucking rhyme of the Ancient Mariner?
I knew where this was going.
I was like, and I texted him right away. I'm like, no rhyme of the Ancient Mariner?
That was the one I got killed on the
Albatross
most,
falls from his neck, bro?
That's when I got killed on the most.
That's even Bruce's favorite song to do.
Okay, backing out the fact that I didn't have rhyme against the Ancient Mariner, were you okay with much of the other list?
Once you got into the past Power Slave stuff, I'm kind of out.
There wasn't even much of that.
I know, but
like one
Wasted
song.
Years.
Wasted Years is a great song. You know, Morello, our mutual buddy, who he and I are always at odds.
It's any Iron Maiden song is better than most, but for Iron Maiden, if I'm going to judge them against themselves, it's not a great song.
What are you going, first 4 albums pretty much the whole way?
I will go up to Power Slave.
You'll go through Power Slave.
Hell yeah.
Okay. All right.
And you get Aces High and
right.
Yeah, I mean, or is that on? Yeah, I think that's on.
Yeah. You're all right. All right. Well,
but I don't know anything. All I know is like, "Don't Play with Matches" is one of them.
Yeah. That's a song.
Yeah.
Great.
Do not play with matches.
Oh, is that
or you'll burn this thing down.
I didn't know that's what he said.
It's a PSA to the children.
Play with madness?
Yes. Oh, madness. I'm sorry.
Madness. Right. Don't play with matches.
Let me ask you this. So, Dave, you were saying that you would go see Rat back in the day in the clubs. When was your first memory of seeing Pearcy and Rat?
Well, I saw Rat in the Troubadour. I saw Rat at the
83.
Roxy. At the Roxy, this was when I was just in high school, and it was before Out of the Cellar came out.
Yeah, the EP, 83.
Okay, so it was in 83, right? And then Out of the Cellar was about to come out, and I was there with my high school friends, and you know how Steven is live, and he's like, we got a new record coming out, and you do whatever your voice is.
Yeah.
It's called
I don't even know.
Out of the Cellar. And we couldn't hear him. We looked at each other, and he's like, it's called Album Cellar? These guys are really confident about it.
And it did.
Yeah. We were like, this is going to be great. I can't wait for Album Cellar. And then it came out.
Album Cellar.
He goes, Album Cellar. And we couldn't hear him. And so we went to the store. The day came out, and it was like, oh, Out of the Cellar. Mm-hmm. Yes, that makes a lot more sense. Yeah. But so back in those days, I used to go see Rat, and then sadly, many years later, I ended up in rehab. My roommate was Robin Crosby.
Oh, interesting.
Wow. Yeah, so we were struggling our addictions together. He was a great system of support for me. We were for each other, actually.
So you'd kind of befriended each other?
Oh, yeah. I mean, they stuck us in the same room because we were musicians. We had guitars. We were in, we're in the same field, and they felt that, we would
gel.
We would gel, and we did. And he was just the sweetest guy.
Yeah.
And I never knew him loaded on. Obviously, I only knew him honestly for that month that we spent in treatment together. But that was really sad when he went.
Yeah.
And we just did this Bowie tribute the other night with my Above Ground organization. All the proceeds go to mental health. And for Rock and Roll Suicide, the last song, we showed all of our lost friends, and Robin was among them.
Yeah, way cool.
So we gave a little tribute to him about 2 weeks ago.
What year did Robin pass away?
I don't know.
I believe it was 2007. No, I couldn't tell you actually.
Yeah,
I think it was 97. I don't know.
Stephen,
we were in rehab at in the early 1990. So we're talking I've lost decades of my life since then. So it's hard for me to give you numbers.
Stephen, you had said to me on more than one occasion that when Robin went, that's what you felt really changed the whole sort of balance of Rat. That it was a really, yes, of course, a personal thing for his family and friends, but as far as the band itself, that was a real sort of game changer for the path of the band. Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, well, I mean, when I heard, I just went for a walk and just said, well, that's that chapter. It's never going to be the same. We can go out and jack off, so to speak, and keep the brand going, and pretty much did that in many stupid ways, I mean, we're not the most dysfunctional band by any means, but we were dysfunctional.
Yeah, I mean, saying that they're not the most dysfunctional band still means they're dysfunctional. They're just not the most.
Except now it's a whole new ball game with the new guys,
So how long have you been doing? How long is this lineup? You got a year and a half. Year and a half, and you feel good about it. You feel like the fan reaction is good.
Everything's been great.
It's building.
Taking small steps because of my knee. Next year will be the full whammy world mega, whatever you want to call it, and hopefully not the last hurrah. I don't see that for a couple years.
It's you and Juan. We talked about this a little bit when you guys were at the Rainbow. But talk for the listeners that don't know. Talk about the other three guys that are in the band now. You got Pete Holmes on drums.
Pete
right?
Holmes, he's a monster from
Black and Blue.
Black and Blue.
Yeah.
Jordan Ziff.
Black and Blue.
Yeah. He's crazy. He's crazy good. Jordan Ziff on guitars.
Now, does Jordan also play in Marty Friedman's band?
Yes.
I don't know if anybody's seen Marty play who's come over here. He's played a couple times, done American tours, because Marty lives in Japan. But before Jordan was with you guys, I went to see Marty here at the Whiskey.
And he was playing with them?
And the thing that floored me is, obviously, Marty's a world-class player in his own right, but he had another young guy on stage with him playing guitar who he gave a ton of leeway to really showcase this guy. And I was like, man, not only is this guy unbelievable, but how incredibly cool is it for Marty Friedman to say, hey, no, you know what? You take 20 minutes and go. I'm going to give you this spotlight. And I mentioned that to Marty, and it's him. It's the guy.
Yeah. I call him Kid Twist. He looks like a kid.
How did you find him? You didn't see him playing with Marty, did you?
We just auditioned people, and people came a knocking and went through the system. At Juan's studio, and found him, liked him right away. We went through a bunch of people, and he popped in there and just plugged in, and it was like, whoa.
What's also really nice about that story, Eddie, that you're telling, is that it sounds like this guy is already halfway there in terms of consciousness, in terms of understanding that giving back is more important than receiving, and he sees somebody.
Marty,
so that's half the game.
Yeah.
And it took me 25 years to learn that. Yeah. So you're already ahead of the curve. That's killer.
And Chris Sanders on the other guitar, who is eerily looks like Robin when I look over there.
That guy's selfish.
Yeah.
Took me a second there.
He
would solo over any kid.
I mean, I met that guy, Chris, in Europe at a festival we were doing, and okay, here it is. He came to an audition. I'm like, we know each other. And he just worked. I said, that's him. He's just like Robin kind of type guy, except he's not all on, the bad things.
Yeah. And
so it's good.
Now, as well as anybody, because you're not dumb by any stretch, that a guy like Dave Navarro and so many others that loved Rat also loved the band because of Warren's guitar playing and his solos and his playing and what he brought to the band. Have you felt like you're I'm sure there's still a school of people like, where's Warren? Do you feel like you're getting past that?
Well, actually, I think they're getting past that.
Who?
There's not too much questioning from the fans, I call them fans, that they love him, the kid,
Right.
So I don't know, Warren's Warren, he's great.
He's one of the most amazing guitar players.
Mm-hmm.
I've played with him a bunch of times.
With Warren.
Yeah, and one of the nicest guys. My expanded view, without knowing any of the people or the details, my theory, my theory would be that Warren's like, kind of into his family trip. And that's, I envy that, man.
I don't know.
Oh, he doesn't know that.
No.
That's the story I'm putting out.
That's the dysfunctional part. But it's all good.
Yeah.
You guys need me as a counselor. I'll come in there.
We do.
You guys out.
Well, I thought you were going to say a third guitar player.
We actually tried
you're the
that.
You're the seventh Iron Maiden. You could be the sixth Rat, Dave.
Yeah.
I got to check with Bruce and the boys, but I'm sure he'll be okay with it.
Sure, you're free.
Yeah, because I'm also in Slipknot.
Oh, I did not. You're one of the Masks?
I'm however many numbers they have.
You're the other one.
Yeah, well, how
You're
many?
like the 12th.
Yeah, how many do they have?
I don't know, 11. I don't
so
know.
then I'm 12.
11.
Yeah, so I'm 12.
13.
Any band that has a bunch, at least 5 or more members, Dave is one of them.
Well, no.
No.
I have to ask to be. They have to be asked to be joined as an honorary member. You can't just claim. Bruce has to invite you in as an honorary member.
And that happened for you with Iron Maiden.
That's right. And then Corey Taylor has to invite you in as an honorary member.
And Corey did that.
That's right.
Were these some sort of ceremonies of some sort?
I'm
or
not
what
at liberty to discuss that.
Cut your wrists and
that,
blood, or what are you
That
doing?
is pushing it, and it goes back to the Priory of Sion.
You don't go there.
It goes back to the
being way too probing now.
No, it goes back to Rev Le Chateau and Priory of Sion and stuff that I can't get into. This is hundreds and hundreds of years old, Eddie, and let's just leave it where it is.
Hundreds of years old.
All right. Steven, what's coming up with the band? What do you got going on?
Well, we're just doing the, baby steps again.
Mm-hmm.
Show here, show there, maybe 2 or 4 a month.
Right.
Now that I'm
How you feeling with your knees?
Good.
Yeah.
Good. I'm about 95%.
Okay.
When we first went out, I was about 80.
Do you know why?
Whoa.
Do you know why he's having problems with his knees?
No.
Have you met his girlfriend?
Yes, I have.
That's
yeah,
right.
that
hard
takes
to
a
not
toll
be,
on me.
Well, I'm just saying, not hard to be weak in the knees around her.
Yeah,
am I right?
That's fact.
I just wrote that. You can use
good,
it.
That's a fact, Jack.
Have you thought about new music?
We are recording new music, a couple new songs.
Oh,
see what
wow.
happens out there soon.
How far along are you with it?
I'm in writing mode. I'm sure Juan is. Jordan's.
But as far as you've tracked stuff, have you recorded?
Oh, we're going to be doing it soon enough.
Okay.
Soon enough, yeah.
Is something out this year, you think? Or?
No, next year. For the big hoopla.
You want to do a full album, or you want to do a few songs?
No, we're going to take a different approach.
Okay.
Put a couple songs out there and see what happens.
All right.
If it's groovy, then we'll go for the full whammy,
All right.
I'm into it.
Dude, fucking Rat is not going away.
You can't exterminate rats.
That's what I'm saying. Rat's going to be
We
here
cannot
long.
be exterminated.
But technically, Rat's going to be here longer than we are.
That is true.
That's all right. All right, let's get a break. We'll come back. I want to get a few more things from Stephen Pearcy, Dave Navarro hanging out, and then we are going to have. Speaking of bands. We are going to be introducing to the world the brand new supergroup.
Let me just. There's a few. When someone hands you a demo tape and explains, no, it's not the right mix. It's rough. So we've never played before. So this band is debuting. We're evolving as you're debuting us.
Yes, and I said
so. Tone down the excitement.
You'll be broken up by the time the show ends, right?
Oh yeah, we might. We're both dysfunctional like that.
But I think we're too old to break up at this point.
Yeah,
fucking like hiatus.
No, but I said on
that's what you do.
Hiatus.
Well, you know what I mean? We don't break up anymore. We go on hiatus because we know at some point we're going to get hungry.
That's called I hate us.
I hate us. And
I gave the backstory before you guys came in about that. I didn't even know I was going to be here, let alone you guys know you were going to be here. And then the idea to jam some songs came through social media when I tweeted that both of you were going to be on the show, and then you, Dave, said we got to do
anything because Rat was that band, like Warren's guitar playing and Rat. I bought that record and I brought it home, and I had to learn how to play guitar listening to that record, trying to figure out how he tuned it down, trying to figure out all that stuff as a kid.
Yeah.
So we started a new band, and the record comes out next week.
This band?
Yeah.
Yeah,
and,
isn't it ironic that the very man who taught me to play guitar I've later replaced?
That's right. The new band.
That's my English, arrogant rock star story.
And we're already
You've
huge.
Stolen his lead singer.
Right.
You've stolen his lead singer.
No,
Dave.
I remember I remember the other one. What's his name?
We don't know. We forgot about him. Like Spinal Tap drummer.
Nigel.
Yeah, Nigel.
He exploded.
I can't see myself missing Warren any more than Nigel.